on, my fellow fuzzbutts? ZabuTheSergal here, and I'm back with another video just to educate my people. Okay, so this is a particular topic that the fursuiters that go to conventions are going to find very, very, very important. Okay, so apparently there's been a couple of conventions that have been enforcing this rule that under no circumstance are you supposed to take your head off anywhere on the convention floor. You can only take your suit off either in the bathroom or in the headless lounge. Not out when you're roaming, not in any panels.
It said unless in an emergency.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that I'm just kind of striking as interesting because, you know, in the event of an emergency, you need to take your suit off. Like, I can understand not wanting to ruin the magic, but say if you're overheating, you are having a sign of a heat stroke, you know, something like that, you're hyperventilating, you're feeling claustrophobic, any of these things, you need to get that suit off, then you take it off. And that completely debunks the rule, because if it says except in, you know, in the event of an emergency, then why even have the rule in place? I mean, I get it. Yeah, you're at the con, you're at a fursuit convention, you want, yes.
The rule states that you cannot take your head off in the lobby of the hotel or a public space unless an emergency. That's all it says. Did you go to the actual con that was doing it, or no?
Well, I don't know what con's doing it.
Nordic Fur Con.
Oh god. And of course, this could possibly be the beginning of something that's going to be very annoying, because maybe this rule will stay just at that con. Maybe other cons will take these types of rules into account, and they'll just have this as like a staple in fursuiting conventions. And I'm just like, why even have that rule? My ear itches.
Your ear always itches. Kat said, couldn't have said it better. For one, we're not being paid to fursuit. So she basically said, fuck you, in the nicest way possible.
And like I say, because if they haven't, in case of emergency rule for the rule, then why even have the rule like in place in the first place?
Because that's the only time I've really seen fursuiters take their head off.
Exactly.
If they're too hot.
That's what I'm saying though. I'm like no fursuit. Well, not very many fursuiters just take their suits off for the sake of taking them off. Usually it's for the sake of they're getting too hot, they're sweating too bad, or something along those lines.
I mean, you and I personally, this is just to see. You and I will take our heads off in the dealer's room, that way we can see.
Yeah, and these things make sense. This rule does not. It sounds completely redundant. And more than likely...
Because it was always an unwritten rule between fursuiters that try to keep the magic as much as possible.
Yeah.
But your health comes first.
And 9 times out of 10, I bet that the people that were writing these rules aren't even people that are avid fursuiters. They're probably like a little bit casual about it, you know, wear their suit for a little bit at a time and then, you know, go on about their day. And I know that there are some suitors that will completely refuse to break the magic under any circumstance. JT, cough, cough, cough. He could be sweating bullets, dehydrating, hyperventilating, everything, getting claustrophobic and all this stuff. He's about to vomit or something.
That boy will not
take that suit off unless he's in a headless lounge in his hotel room in some super secluded private place. And I commend him for that, because that is a very, very, very powerful man.
Just not everyone can do that.
Yeah. And so my question to you guys, you can go ahead and post that down in the dibbly below. Do you think that this is a good rule? Do you think it's a bad rule? Do you think that, you know, this is something that needs to be enforced, or is this the beginning of something bad?
Do not get mad at another person's opinion about this. Holy fuck.
Yeah, because we all know how people are like, oh, well, yeah.
We're not in high school anymore, children.
Yeah, because...
Well, some of you might be, but act like you're not.
Yeah, I just, me personally, I just think the rule's redundant, because the rules of the rule pretty much debunks itself. So I'm like, why even have it in place? But I want to hear you guys' thoughts on that. But for right now, I'm going to go ahead and close this. So if you like this video, go ahead and scratch that like button so that I can know to post more awesome content in the future. You want to talk to me? Have some Twitter. You want to stay updated as well as know when next Q&A is going to be? Have for affinity. One of y'all fan artists, ZabuTheSergal. Fan artists always welcome. Keep it PG-13. But as always, my name is ZabuTheSergal, and I'm out of here. Blah, 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 blah.